Well, it's me again, and this is my podcast and my world, where I take you along on an adventure where we get to explore everything and anything that goes on in my mind. Oh boy, is it random, is it crazy, it's nuts, it's all over the place. So grab yourself a cup of coffee and let's have a good time. Good morning, my friends, it's me. I'm Graham, and this is my world. How crazy it is my world. This is my podcast, and this is number 48. Wow. Now, if you followed me very carefully, you would know this would be the second attempt for number 48. The previous attempt for number 48 was a complete, total, and utter fail. But not today. Nope, I'm back, and I'm feeling good, and depression is, well, it's kind of on the back burner right now. Okay, so a lot has been going on. For starters, I got my coffee back. I'm so happy. I got a great big cup of coffee, and it makes me happy. I love my coffee, and this is not keto coffee. Keto coffee is okay as long as you add a little bit of Swerve to it. Swerve is a all-natural sweetener derived from sugar alcohols, basically, and it doesn't make your blood sugar rise. So it's pretty awesome stuff. I'm sitting here in the truck trying to get it warmed up. I am really late for work today. Today, the old Mr. Cracker here decided to lay back down after feeding the dog and the cat and watch a little bit of TV, and apparently I was way more tired than I thought I was and fell back asleep. My wonderful cat, her name is Sophie. She's just a little over a year now, and she likes to wake me up every morning. Not for her own benefit, though. No, she wakes me up for the dog's benefit. Yeah, Cleopatra will lay there. That's the dog. Will lay there for hours and hours and hours and hours. The only time she'll wake you up or whine is if she's got to go potty really bad and she's afraid of having an accident in the house. But the cat is not afraid to get in your face, to lick you, to walk on your throat or your forehead. She'll do circles around you, or over and over and over. Just keep doing circles until you get up and you feed the dog. And if she thinks the dog needs to go outside and go potty, when you lay back down after feeding the dog, she'll continue the process. So she's kind of a pain in the butt, to be honest with you. But I kind of like her. You know, it's the getting up at 5 o'clock every morning is taking a little getting used to. I seriously think that I'd like that to come to a stop. At least wait until 6. Okay, 6 o'clock. You know what? I can handle 6 o'clock. 5 o'clock is a little early. Sometimes she even does it around 3:30, and trying to get her to just lay back down and leave you alone until at least 5 is pretty difficult these days. But you know, you do the best you can, I guess, in the situation we're in. You know, it's not like I can shove her into a closet or a bathroom or something, or a kennel. No, I've got a kennel, but she doesn't handle a kennel very well. Yeah, she's not a big fan of being in the kennel. But and you know what? It's not. I don't know. I don't think locking a pet away is a good idea anyways. Especially one that is around people all the time. Both cats and dogs, for the most part, are very social animals. I know that Cleopatra, she's our Great Dane Bull Mastiff. She is extremely social. Extremely social. She literally thinks that she's a person. And if you were to ever put her in another room or in a kennel and she knew that you were there or that you were close by, oh, she'd go crazy. You know, the whining and the barking, and it would be insane. And she gets lonely very, very easy. And she's always looking for approval. You know, she wants to please you, and she's always leaning up against you and wants to love with you, and just kind of wants to know that you love her and you're there for her, and yeah. So I like my pets. I think they're absolutely awesome. Well, Sophie. Okay, so we got Sophie when she was a kitten. The story on her is actually kind of interesting. Her mom was hit by a car, and our friends, they brought the kittens in, and the kittens, I think, were only like 2 days old. They literally like were just born, and I think there was 7 of them in total, but only 5 of them survived. And so they brought them in, and they were feeding them formula and all kinds of, whatever. I can't remember what it was. I think they were feeding them formula and some baby food, I think is what it was, or something like that. And they basically became mommy. They both were stay-at-home. They didn't have any jobs at the time, so everything really worked out perfect. And they just babied these kittens, through their baby's age for like 3 months straight. They did this and found them all good homes, and that was it. Well, we got Sophie, and my son and my daughter, they wanted a cat so bad. It was all about, oh my God, we want to get a kitten. We want a kitten. And the wife and I are like, I don't know if they're like old enough for a cat, Sorry for the pause there. I had to have another sip of my cup. So they, my kids were kind of rough with her, more so than we really would like to admit. My daughter has no, what's it called? Remorse, I guess, or she has very little remorse and doesn't feel the regret or anything like that. It's just part of being drug exposed. She's a drug baby. She was born on meth, and so she's got a lot of emotional and social problems like that. Well, they would pretty much torture the cat. And it was pretty bad, and so we said, all right, fine, the cat's got to go. So our really good friend took the cat, or the kitten, and held on to her for almost a year, about 9 months, I guess, and it helped her recope with the world and kind of know what it's like to be loved and nurtured. And then we told the kids, all right, we're going to try this one more time, but this is no longer a kitten. She's not going to lay there and take it. She's going to defend herself. If you're not nice to her, she's going to let you know. And that was probably the best part of the whole thing, because she came back with a vengeance. She'll let you, the thing about Sophie is she'll let you know when she wants to be loved. You don't just go over there and grab her and love her. She'll know, she'll bite you, she'll scratch you, she'll do whatever she can to. And here's the thing, once she gets away from you and she's really mad at you, she'll come back and strike again. I love it. She'll seek you out and get you if you've really pissed her off. She just wants to be loved and respected, not to be, you know, manhandled. So, but my wife and I, she doesn't bite us or any of that kind of stuff. She'll let us pick her up and love her, that kind of thing. But and a little bit with Dakota, he can love her up a little bit. But Nevaeh, forget it. Nevaeh can't even go anywhere near her. And she's all butthurt. Well, why does the thing not love me? Why does it not show me affection? It's like, well, because you have been mean to her. She doesn't trust you, you know? Be nice to her for a while, she'll trust you, and then she'll start letting you pet her. And we're starting to see a little bit of that. Sophie is climbing in bed with Nevaeh at night and cuddling up with her while she's sleeping. But as soon as Nevaeh wakes up, the cat's gone. So she's starting to warm up to her a little bit. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Well, our wonderful puppy, we got Cleopatra. Now she's a Great Dane Bull Mastiff, and she came into our house when she was, I think she was 3 or 4 months old. She came into our home, and Nevaeh was, I want to say Nevaeh was just about a year, just about a year old, and Dakota was just a couple of months younger than that. He was probably about 6 months, I guess, 7 months old. And Nevaeh and Cleo used to play all the time, and Nevaeh would shove her arm down Cleo's throat. I know, it sounds gross, it sounds weird. How can any dog tolerate that? But Cleo would just lay there, like, yeah, whatever. Didn't bother her at all. You know, she would pull her tail and poke her in the eye, and she was really kind of rough with her. And Cleo just laid there and said, okay, fine. And when Cleo had enough, she got up and walked away, and Nevaeh couldn't follow her. But that dog, despite all of the crap that they have done to that dog, you know, jumping on her, you know, I mean, we're not talking full kids here. We're talking, you know, 2-year-olds. You know, they're gonna pull tails, they're gonna, you know, that kind of thing. Cleo just took it and loved them back. Cleo got to the point where both my kids started walking. They just started to walk. Cleo would knock them down. I turn around and look at them, and almost, I swear, almost had a smile in her eyes. It was like, haha, got you. So, yeah, pets have been such a integral part of the upbringing of our children. To teach our kids compassion and respect and understanding and space, and to teach them responsibilities. We've done everything we can to integrate those aspects into our children's lives, and we kind of did it. It's not just normal. We did it a little bit more than just normal, because a normal child, you know, it's important, but when you have children that are addicted to drugs or born on drugs, their brains don't work the same way everybody else's does. And especially methamphetamines and heroin. These children, they don't understand a lot of these basic concepts. Loving, respecting, being gentle, that kind of stuff. And so we've made it from the very beginning, we've made it very very much a big part of our lives, that these are their pets. These are their responsibility. They have to feed them. They have to make sure they have their water. They have to let them outside. They got to clean up after them. They've got to take care of them. And I think it's taught, valuable lessons that they will end up needing and wanting later in life. I did a report back in high school, and there was a study that was done on children that didn't have a family pet growing up versus children that did have a family pet growing up, and the correlation to relationships later in life as well as parenting. And they found that children that grew up with a child or with a pet in the home as a child, they end up having stronger relationships as adults with their spouses and their partners. And they also ended up having a better outcome with their children as far as socialization and nurturing a young child. And there's a lot more in depth than that, but it was a really cool and very interesting study that was performed. But there's a lot of things. It's not just, and that's the other thing too, is it's not just the responsibilities and all that kind of stuff, as much as the constant feeling of love. A lot of children these days, they don't get that feeling of one person in their life all the time that gives them love, gives them hugs and kisses and tells them how much they love them, and gives them a time of day where they'll sit and spend time with them and nurture with them, especially when you have a lot of people in the family, mom and dad, or mom and mom, or dad and dad, or uncle and aunt, or whoever the main parents are, working full-time jobs. That sucked. Took a drink of coffee and then I hit a bump. Oh, and I spilled it on me. Take it to heck. That'll leave a stain. Oh. So, what was I saying? I had a train of thought there, and I lost it. Oh, yeah, where the primary parents in the home, both of them are working full-time jobs, and the kids see the daycare more than they see, the parents. They end up having socialization problems. They end up having cognitive issues and a lot of other issues with learning and trusting people. It's quite crazy, actually. The problem with daycare is it doesn't give your child one or two continuous people in their lives to rely on. They have to have someone that they can depend on and rely on. And because the daycares are always revolving, they're like big revolving doors with the staff. And not only, with staff coming and going, but the bigger daycares, they move staff around a lot. And so there's always this flow. There's never one staff that the child can always depend on for longevity. So, but anyways, we can talk about that another time. I'm back. This is episode 48, and I will come back. I'm gonna keep going. So, I love you, and I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.
This has been a Graham's World broadcast, brought to you directly from Graham's mind. So stay tuned, because there's more to come.